Hello YouTubers, Joe Kersey here again on Saturday, September 22nd, 2018, and it is 17:20 in the afternoon Slovenian time here in Lake Bled, Slovenia. Now I'm going to give you a little thing about my actual trip over from the U.S. To Vienna here, and yet another video. But today I'll tell you about our trip down from Vienna to Lake Bled. And it started at 6:15 in the morning. We had to have our bags packed and outside our doors of our rooms, and they were collected and put on the bus for us. Meanwhile, we were eating breakfast. And then at 7:30, we rolled out. There's 48 of us, as it turns out, and today we had assigned seating. Now it turns out I basically sat with the same people I ended up sitting with at dinner last night, and that's great. I mean, these are three really interesting, clever, fun women to talk with and listen to. So. It's fine by me. Now today we had pouring rain all day. Some of it quite heavy, and fortunately I had my magic Carhartt raincoat on. The saga of which you can hear from about 2 years ago, and it worked like a dream. I mean, it's a great product. It's a great coat. The drive down to Lake Bled from Vienna, it takes you, through past Graz, and then you parallel the Slovenian border for a while, and you've got mountains off to you, these very nice, beautiful mountains and valleys and ridges off to your left, which would be to your south, and then you're going through some really nice, farmland and certainly grazing land and farms and things. But the clouds were low. I mean, you had all these great clouds, sort of like, maybe obscuring the tops of a lot of these guys. Excuse me. And so when we finally, turned and started going south, to get to the border and cross the actual border, you first go through a series of really increasingly steep and increasingly winding climbs and turns that just are absolutely spectacular. I mean, you're really not going very fast at all on this climb, because you can't be going that fast and make these turns. And our drive, the good Laszlo was, really honchoing this bus, and handling this beast, like within millimeters of where he wanted it to be. He's a real artiste. And we stopped twice. We stopped at, there's some rest area down there called, it's an Italian chain, I want to call him Andre, that's not his name. But anyway, our tour director says an Italian chain. And of course he says, now if you have to, go to the can, you're going to have to pay, And he says it's usually, 50 cents or €1. But if you can't pay that, you're not going to be able to get into the can. And because it's got one of these locked gates. It's like, going, onto a subway. And, it's like, so you need to get some change. Well, it's like, if you don't have any change, and so he said, well, I suggest you go, next, go to a bank, or the next time you're at the hotel, you can, ask them to change these €50 notes that I have. Okay, fair enough. That's a practical suggestion. He said, okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm very willing to do that, obviously. I basically stood out in the rain for a while with the smokers. because I had my hood up and my camera bag under my coat and everything, so I was fine. Then I got thinking, well, I'll just go in and buy one of these Diet Cokes. Well, they didn't have Diet Coke. They had what's called Coke Light, but essentially it's Diet Coke, I think. They just have a different name for it in Slovenia. Maybe they can't say diet products in Slovenia or something. I don't know. It looked like Diet Coke, but it said Light Coke. And it's like 2.6 euros. All right, that's fine. So I said to the woman, I said, "You're gonna hate me, but I've got this 50." She didn't say a word. She didn't even give a facial expression change. She changed this 50 euro note, gave me back my change, and so I was able to go down and take a leak. And what they do is they give you coins back, but they always are going to make, instead of a 50-cent coin, they're going to give you a 50-cent voucher for the next time you're in one of their rest stops or, rest areas along whatever highway. See, and it's only good in Austria. So I got to think, I don't know. I doubt seriously I'll be able to use this one again. So on the way out, there were a bunch of guys waiting to get in, and I said, "Here, have one on me, bud." And I said, I don't think, but the machine doesn't take the vouchers. You have to go upstairs and buy something to spend the voucher, and then, see, they got a real toilet racket going on in this place. They're nice toilets. Hell, they're paid toilets. They ought to be nice. So then we went on down. That was a half-hour stop. So further on down, about another hour and a half later, maybe not hour and 45 minutes later, we actually had a 45-minute stop, and that was in theory for lunch. People could buy lunch, but this wasn't like a truck stoppy stuff. This was actually kind of this place was actually serving sit-down lunches, and not all that extortionately priced either. And they actually had a bar. You could go in and sit down and buy a beer and sit at the bar and drink it, which I did, and I drank 2 beers. And I was pacing myself, and I thought, I'll break into one of these 50s, which I did. And so sure enough, now I've got, a fair number of all these 10 euro notes now, and some coins, but not, I think I could probably take one leak without having to, go try to cajole somebody into breaking a tenner for me. So, and then that's when the really spectacular part of the trip, the winding, deep valleys on that side, then up and around and things. I tried to shoot some video, but it's really, it really makes shitty video and it's relatively ineffective. So I was just living in the moment, which of course is the essence of travel. And so here we are, and so I just got back from sitting in the rooftop bar, having 2 more beers. These are half-liter beers. Well, no, the ones at the previous place were 300cc beers, but these were, honestly, got half-liter bottles. And, sat and enjoyed these. And while, it was raining heavily over the Lake Bled, but you had there's a church on an island in the middle of the lake. There's a castle on a bluff over the lake. I'll probably be able to show that better to you tomorrow, because the rain's going to stop and I can get out and shoot some, actual decent video. Now, I guess this afternoon, part of the group went on one of these special pay tours. they said, I think they're going to a church, but it didn't sound like it was a church on that island. Now tomorrow we're supposed to, well, I am going to go participate in the this tour to I'm actually going to do the cable car thing. Yeah, I'll be riding that Soviet era steel. But I do want to see these frescoes in the Church of St. John. So I think, plus this thing today had like, you had to climb 300 steps to this church or some damn thing, and I went, I'm not going to do that. Because my first question then is like, does this have a handrail of some variety, or something along the side that you can sort of grab hold of? And I didn't, yeah. No, I mean, these kind of trips puts me in some perspective about my own situation, because there are several people off who are considerably, several people on this trip who are considerably worse off than me in terms of being able to walk comfortably. So, in fact, I'm not the speediest one in the group, but I'm certainly in the mid-range. So, have to keep the side up. So tonight we're going to have dinner at the hotel, and we haven't received our marching orders for tomorrow, but we're staying at this hotel again tomorrow night. So I doubt it will be quite. Well, it won't be like have your bags outside your door at 6:15, but it'll still be an early start, of course, because they start serving breakfast here at 7. So all right. So I'm going to say bye-bye YouTubers for that, and carry on.
Ho, ho. Time to go. Ho, ho. The roots for dinner.
Hey, it's a cute thing. Yeah. You and I got a picture in there. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
And now we start a series of pictures taken in the Church of St. John the Baptist at a town after we came down off the mountain there outside of Lake Bled. Now here's a group of stuff that was painted around the bottom of the pulpit. Now we're back at the hotel in Lake Bled, and we're on the 5th floor hotel bar, and we're looking down at the lake. Apparently they have a lot of competitive rowing races on this lake, and you see some of that activity, not actual competition so much as training for competition, although they were going to have a competition there relatively soon, I think, after we left.
Mesečni tu svakama Slovenija, naj tebi pisem poje. Ne išči sreče drugod.
So now these next pictures are taken from the roof of the hotel we were staying at in Lake Bled, and this lake is used for competitions, rowing competitions, and you see some of the training going on, and I guess they're going to have a recent a competition there shortly.
A ja sam, ja. Ne vem, ne z dolgo, ker sem fulkrat, ko smo šli recimo polet nabirati borovnice ali pa kaj, ali pa se sprehajati po gozdu, gljive nabirati, so bili uni, a veš zuni. Uni rolerje, kaj so, ne vem, rolke, ki je scena, ne, mislim.
Mi smo isto na tem, ja.
Pač polet verjetno.
Sam imamo zelo pa nek snowboardovski center, imamo tako bolj na pokušnji, pa smo pa znaš 10 minut spravili. Automatisch, če hočemo poleti instalirati pač v del pa vsega ne